Hello and welcome to Flow, a state in which you can grow. I am Joyce and this is a Sovereign Support Talk. The past episodes have been about anchoring in truth, and we talked about the illusion of separation. Now I'm going to take it from there today, because I'd like to talk about the oneness consciousness, the unity. So basically, everything is connected. Quantum physics is showing this each day more and more. We can feel it more and more. We can feel how we are connected in this huge field. We can close our eyes and we can sense into it. We actually know deep down in our heart that we are not separate, even though we feel separate. And we've been trained to look at things separate. But in reality, as we are feeling and seeing more and more, everything is connected. So what do you do with that? Where do you start? Well, you start with yourself, always. It's the first step. You have to make a deeper connection to yourself. And I'm not just talking about your feeling, thinking, awareness self, but also your physical self. We have to embody more. You know, this body is not just a vehicle, it's an amazing instrument. And it is what will help us to grow into something new. We need our body for that. And our body really works in a miraculous way. But in order for it to work properly, usually we need a bit of detoxifying, refortifying, coming back into movement, eating, feeding ourselves in a more pure way so that our energy cells can function at the level that they're supposed to and not be burdened by a lot of difficult processes, eliminating toxins, being burdened by too much food, too much heat, too much non-movement. So basically, if we want this machine to work, we need to give it, we need to maintain it in what it needs. For everyone, this can be a different path. You just have to feel what is right for you. Moving more or maybe moving less, moving in a different way. I'm not saying we all should go and become top athletics. No, not at all. Sometimes it's better to just take it easy and do a gentle walk each day in nature and connect to everything around you, because that's also an ability that our body has. Our body, our physical body, is made to connect to everything around us. And we don't just do it with our eyes and our ears. We can sense ourselves, get a sense of direction, get a sense of the sun, of water, of wind. Do all that with your eyes closed. Feed yourself again off the land. Learn those herbs and those flowers that you can eat. Now is the mushroom season. Find someone who can teach you, but find someone who knows, because you don't want to die because you ate the wrong mushroom. Which is still a possibility. We don't have a lot of dangerous animals maybe here in Belgium, but we do have dangerous plants. So make sure you know what you're doing and whom you're doing it with. But it's a great way to connect yourself and your physical body to your surroundings. But of course, there's also the healing work, the psychological work, the releasing of guilt, of shame, of fear, of anxiety, everything that we've built up in our body slowly needs to be released so we can come into more peace, we can come into our own, we can sense ourselves in a pure way. We can be at ease with ourselves. So that is what I mean with reconnect to yourself. The physical part and the psychological slash spiritual part. It all comes down to self-love in a way. Love yourself, honor yourself. You are an amazing being and there's no one else like you. And there can't be anyone else like you because you are you, just like everyone else are themselves as well. And that's what we need. because now we're coming into this unity consciousness. How does that work? Once we go inside and everything is aligned, we can start to sense really purely because we're not being burdened by patterns or toxins. We're just fully functional in the here and the now, aware, present to what's going on. And from inside, we can get in touch with everything that is around us. We don't need our eyes or ears for that. We have an inner sensing, and it goes through the heart. There is a field of the one heart where all our hearts are connected, not just of humans, but of everything that has an awareness. It's almost like the ultimate source, but the ultimate source is still a bit further and a bit bigger. So we're not going to go there yet. We're just going to stay in the connection of the awareness with everything that has an awareness. In the field of the one heart. That's where everything is connected. We can hook into that. We can start to sense that. If you play music, if you're in a band, you know that zone. If you make art, if you are creative, you know that zone. It's where you get into tune with the things that you are handling and something takes over. And you're not consciously doing anything anymore, but something is working through you. That is a great talent that we have. We can let a higher vibration, intelligence, idea work through us. We become a vessel. We become an instrument. And so, if we're in this field connected to everything, we can take an intention to create something together. So you have to be you, the best you can be, and everyone else has to be themselves as much as they can. And then we get our minds together, we get our hearts together concerning a certain problem, something that needs a solution, something we want to create, something we want to invent, something we need to change. And as we start to focus in this field, connected to each other, something will start to emerge through us. Someone will get an idea, someone else will add something to it. Another person will make a remark and will take something away or change it or tweak it or twist it. And it just becomes this flow where things are intertwining, coming together, and all of a sudden we have this solution that none of us could have come up with on our own. It doesn't work like that. We each have a little part. So you don't have to be afraid to let your voice be heard. Or at some moment, maybe let your voice not be heard and let someone else that usually is more quiet have a say and listen to what they have to say, because the silent voices are often very interesting as well. So we just let everything come together, and that's how we co-create. And that is actually the future. We can't invent things on our own anymore. We can't even help ourselves on our own anymore. We need each other, and it's actually always been like that, but we've been led astray to believe that we each have to just do it on our own, It's not even fun to do that. It's a lot more fun to do it together, but we need a few skills to relearn because we're very individual. So in the bridge period, we'll have to make sure that we still have a little bit of ourselves, a little bit of space to ourselves. That's really important. Don't just dive into community full on because you'll get lost. You need a little space for yourself. And as we grow in this, and as children grow up in this kind of new way of creating together, it'll become more easy to be together. Well, we have to relearn it. Please, really, don't think you can just jump into a community. I mean, most of us don't even want to. And the reason for that is because we don't have the skills anymore to navigate it. And the skills that we have been learned to navigate communication are often violent, competitive, and not really sustainable, basically. So if we want to learn to co-create, if we want to learn to let things emerge through us, each being a part of the whole, then the first step is to connect to yourself on a physical level, on a spiritual level, clear out, heal, align, become as pure as you can be, and from that state, through the sensing of your heart, meet others and let emerge what wants to be born. That is the new way. That is unity consciousness. That is oneness. We are all part of the same, and we all work together to create something new. It's not an individual process. We do it together. So that's basically what it is. It's as simple as that, and it's as complicated as that. Because we don't have the skills, it's complicated. But actually, it's quite easy. So, okay, that's what I wanted to talk about. So look inside yourself, what you can do to purify yourself a bit more, to align yourself a bit more. Look into those skills that you might need to be able to navigate better in a group. Let go of any shame or fear or guilt. Overcome that so you can stand in your sovereignty. You just are who you are, and you're fine the way you are. And you will be in a group where you will match perfectly with everyone else in your own unique way. And together you will co-create something new that none of you could have thought of. In a nutshell. I bid you all a lovely day. Think about this and do something with it so you can flow, flow, flow. Thank you for being here.